They fired a shy girl on Christmas Eve. What the CEO found later shocked the board. Here's a fully developed, cinematic, and emotional story based on your title, crafted for a 1,000-word YouTube video. I've included the calls to action as requested. They fired a shy girl on Christmas Eve, and the office was buzzing with the holiday rush, laughter, and scattered wrapping paper. But in the corner of the gleaming corporate building, her small desk sat empty. Amelia, a quiet, soft-spoken assistant who had always gone unnoticed, was escorted out by HR just hours before the office Christmas party. No one had really seen her as more than background noise. Never the person who worked silently through late nights, always careful not to disturb anyone. And yet her dismissal left a void that no one could name. Her colleagues whispered quietly, some feeling guilt, others relief. But no one imagined that the CEO, Mr. Langford, would later discover a truth so profound that it would shake the entire boardroom. Before we dive deeper, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of one person to make a difference, please like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to KHstories. Amelia walked home that evening, her coat pulled tightly around her thin frame, snow crunching softly underfoot. The streets smelled of cinnamon and pine, a cruel irony to the heartbreak she carried. Her mind replayed every email she'd sent, every late night she'd stayed, every small effort no one had noticed. Shy, introverted, and often overlooked, she had poured herself into her work quietly, never asking for recognition. But it had never been enough for the ruthless efficiency of corporate targets. She felt invisible, abandoned, and utterly alone. At her modest apartment, she sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the floor. She didn't cry, not yet. The tears felt too loud for someone who had spent her entire life trying not to be noticed. She thought about what Christmas meant, family, warmth, celebration, and realized she had no one waiting for her. No presents, no calls, no company, just silence, and yet she didn't let despair swallow her completely. She had learned resilience the hard way, shaping herself in quiet ways that no one ever applauded. Meanwhile, at the company headquarters, the festive lights glimmered in the boardroom, reflecting off polished mahogany surfaces. Mr. Langford, a stern man whose reputation for pragmatism bordered on harshness, reviewed the day's reports. One by one, department heads praised the efficiency of the last quarter, discussing profits, losses, and projections. But something felt off. A small detail caught his eye: Amelia's final project. A report she had worked on quietly for weeks was listed in the system as completed. Curious, he opened it. What he found shocked him. Amelia's report was not just thorough, it was groundbreaking. She had uncovered discrepancies, highlighted inefficiencies, and proposed solutions that could save the company millions in the coming year. Her meticulous notes were clear, concise, and actionable, revealing a mind that was brilliant but had never been given a stage. For the first time, Mr. Langford realized the silent strength behind the shy girl's quiet exterior. Her absence in the office was palpable, and guilt mingled with admiration in a way he had never experienced before. The next morning, the board convened in emergency. Mr. Langford presented Amelia's work, detailing how her insights could transform their operations. The board members, who had dismissed her dismissal as inconsequential, were stunned. Murmurs filled the room, disbelief coloring their expressions. How had they overlooked this talent? How had a shy, unnoticed girl been so instrumental without anyone realizing it? The revelation brought shame to many and awe to all. Determined to correct the injustice, Mr. Langford personally reached out to Amelia. He found her the following day, sitting quietly in a small cafe, sipping coffee that had long since gone cold. She looked up, startled, when he approached. Her eyes, wide and cautious, met his. He didn't offer empty apologies or corporate jargon. Instead, he acknowledged the truth. He had failed to see her worth. The company had failed her, and they wanted to make it right. He offered her a leading role in the very project that had been her secret triumph, giving her not only recognition but a platform to grow. Amelia's journey back to the company was quiet but transformative. She walked into her first day with trepidation, unsure if anyone would notice her presence, let alone respect it. Yet, as she began presenting her work, colleagues who had once overlooked her watched in awe. The quiet girl who had been fired on Christmas Eve became the linchpin of a project that would define the company's future. Her confidence, once hidden, bloomed in the recognition of her talent. It was a profound reminder that brilliance often comes in silence, that those who seem invisible may be quietly shaping destinies. Weeks passed, and the project succeeded beyond expectation. Mr. Langford, watching Amelia guide her team with precision and empathy, realized that true leadership is recognizing the value of every individual, not just the loudest voices. The board, humbled, learned a lesson they would never forget. Kindness and acknowledgement are as powerful as strategy and profit. Amelia, once invisible, became an inspiration, proving that resilience, intelligence, and quiet strength can change lives, even in the harshest corporate world. Her story spread throughout the company, reaching other shy, overlooked employees who had long felt invisible. For them, Amelia became a symbol of hope, a reminder that their contributions mattered, that second chances could transform everything. The Christmas Eve that had felt like an ending became instead the beginning of something extraordinary. If this story touched your heart, if you believe that every person deserves to be seen and valued, please give this video a like, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to KH Stories.